And my heart is so full on a Wednesday afternoon here in Las Vegas because friend of the program, AJ Cole, is kind enough to stop by. And AJ, you look fantastic. The flow is immaculate per usual. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us, my friend.
Yeah, man, so happy to be here. And for all you people listening back at home, I just want to let everyone know that Eddie's having an excellent hair day right now. There's not a single strand out of place. He looks 10 out of 10.
It is. I actually was complaining to the guys in the control room earlier, AJ, because I am overdue on a trip to my barber. So this isn't the tightest I've been, but I appreciate the humble words. But in terms of things for you, this is a huge day for specialists across the NFL, AJ. We have a podium session for AJ Cole today. Not only are you good enough to do this interview with us, but as soon as we're done here, you're going to speak to the masses, baby. This is a big day for all the NFL punters out there.
Yeah, it's actually a vet move by the Raiders PR team. Just get both of the specialist interviews just kind of knocked out on the same day so that if you just want to take a day off from media, just pick Wednesday of this week and just kind of cruise on into Thursday and get you just – we wait until next year for your specialist content.
Well, that's not true. Derek Carr spoke today, so the fact that you're lumped in with him, you got to be doing something right.
That's true. I'm Derek Carr adjacent. So.
Derek Carr adjacent. May we all be so lucky, AJ
No
Cole,
doubt.
to be Derek Carr adjacent.
What a blessing.
But speaking of things that you have done, another very solid start to 2021. I say start, but we're about halfway through this thing. But going back to Sunday, and Sunday, a day that I'm sure all of us would love to forget sooner than later. But there was one fantastic moment, AJ Cole, the forced fumble. From you, I think it was the second quarter. Was that where we were?
I think it was the first.
First quarter?
Yeah.
When was the last time you forced a fumble?
I've never forced a fumble.
This is history we saw on Sunday?
I think I did it like in Madden a couple years ago. Not with myself, just with someone else. But in real life, I've never actually forced a fumble. I've dreamed about it before, but never like actually performed it.
When you and Rich got to watch that tape, what were the critiques? Was he feeling good about everything?
There's a lot of stuff we wanted to clean up on all phases of the game from Sunday. Offense, defense, special teams. We want to be better. It was a good kind of landmark test to see where we're at, and we're obviously not where we want to be. So we got a lot of season left ahead of us, and an opportunity on Sunday to kind of correct some of those things and put some better stuff on tape.
I was just talking about your forced fumble, though.
Oh, the forced fumble.
Yeah.
One of our goals on special teams every week is to just steal a possession. However we can do that, take the ball away, get the ball back to our offense. So I don't think when we draw up the take the ball away, the anticipation is for it to be me to take the ball away, but whatever gets the job done.
One thing that I really appreciated, and you and I have talked about this a bunch, my deep love, my deep passion for all things special teams. And on a serious note, one thing that I've really enjoyed all throughout 2021 is on special teams in particular, we've had guys making plays that you don't necessarily think are going to happen. We have the AJ Cole forced fumble. We have Hunter Renfrow just delivering the absolute boom earlier this season. What are you shaking your head for?
No, I'm just saying what a play that was.
It was.
It's so fun to play Hunter. If I played against Hunter, I would despise him. It's so fun to have him on our team.
When you look back at Hunter's play, compare it to yours, and I know they're very different, but they're both special teams plays, guys making tackles that you don't think of when you think of guys making tackles. Who do you think was more impressive?
Who do you think was more? Well, I don't think anybody's surprised when Hunter does something athletic. I think he's got a pretty good reputation for being good at football. So I think that mine would be the more surprising play. It's a little bit more unexpected. Hunter's is the better play because it actually took football awareness and IQ and all that good stuff. But I don't think when Hunter makes an amazing play, no one's like, Hunter Renfrow, that guy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if I force a fumble, people are like, the punter?
And we got some tremendous gifts out of you, though. You flexing, you were feeling good on the sideline after that one.
Yeah, I was flexing at KD because when we do kickoff return, he's one of the return guys. So I'm always in walkthroughs, I'm always working on punching the ball out with him and working on his ball security. And so I had to go up to him and let him know that he got me better, I got him better.
Hey,
so
that's what it's about, man. All 53 guys. We hear from Rich. It takes all 53 guys to get from A to Z. But, I'm curious about for you and Daniel and Trent in particular, right, where it's been a crazy, 2 months in silver and black. But, Rich goes from being the special teams coordinator. Now he's kind of the captain of this whole ship. So from your point of view, has anything changed in terms of the way that Rich handles the three of you guys in particular, or is it just business as usual? He just got a few more meetings he's got to go to now.
No, for us, it's just business as usual, really. We're still doing the same routine with him, watching the same amount of film with him. I think he's added a lot of stuff to his plate, obviously, taking over the head coaching duties, but I don't think our relationship with him has changed at all, and certainly not the preparation we go through during the week. I mean, he's still the special teams coordinator, so.
We look at the triumvirate of Cole, Sieg, and Carlson. We're now in year 3 of this fantastic law firm that we get to see week after week after week. Where do you think you guys are better now than you were, say, a year ago or 18 months ago?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we just have so much trust in each other now. We were crunching the numbers the other day, and we're actually like the longest tied for the longest tenured trio together. So we've been together as long as any special teams, punter, kicker, long snapper unit. And I mean, those guys are my best friends on the team. I love those guys. We spend so much time together. So we just have a lot of trust in each other. And part of just how much time we spend together is certainly when you go into games, there's going to be some stuff that goes well. There's going to be some stuff that goes bad. And having those guys on the sideline is great to be around because, they pick me up when I don't perform well and they keep me level-headed when I do perform well. And we do the same for each other. So I think, Daniel's seen me punt so many times. If I'm not hitting the ball the way I want to hit it, I can kind of talk through it with him, and he can give me some great pointers, and not like he's coaching me necessarily, but he's just reminding me things that I've told him before about my own mechanics. So yeah, I just think that we work really, really well together. We have a great relationship. I think we've got as good of a battery as anybody, and it's just been so fun to play with those guys.
And you talk about they kind of talking each other up throughout your collective ups and your downs. And I mean, thankfully in 2021 there really haven't been that many downs for the three of you, which is great news for this team and really this fan base that you guys have really become fan favorites over the past 3 years. But you look at the special teams unit and it takes a crew, right? We were talking a second ago about how it takes all 53 guys, but in terms of special teams too, there are so many guys that go into making all those plays essentially work. And Alec Ingle, the guy that goes down during Sunday's game, and everyone knows what he does on the offensive side of the football and how vital he is to getting that run game. But he's a big loss to you guys on the coverage units as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I can't say enough about Alec as a man, as a teammate, as a brother, as a football player. I just can't say enough positive things about him. Alec's our special teams captain, so just taking the field without him on Sunday, it's going to be pretty bittersweet. We hate that we lost him for the year. Just such a big part of our team, and I'm excited to see how he attacks the rehab. And I know he's going to come back, stronger than ever. But it's definitely a loss. Anytime you lose a player of that caliber to an injury, you gotta find out who's going to step up, who's going to take his spot, and it's going to be an opportunity for some guys to kind of prove themselves and show what they're about. But just prayers up for Alec. You never want to see injuries, but especially to a guy of that caliber who's just so loved by everybody here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, I think it just speaks volumes about Alec when everyone in our department, when the news came out on Monday, we were like, oh man, that's so tough. That's so brutal for to happen to a nice enough guy, a nicest guy as Alec is. And so I can't even imagine what it's like for you guys to kind of see him day in and day out and be like, all right, now he's got a whole nother journey that he's got to go on of getting his body back and recovering and being ready to rock for 2022. But in the meantime, AJ, in 2021, you guys are getting ready to play 2 games in the span of about a week and a half. I can't even imagine the struggle, the challenge that is to put on your body, especially at this point in the year. So I would think that for you guys, you're almost kind of getting your body ready now for what you're going to go through the next 10, 11 days.
Yeah, I think you just try and be smart with yourself throughout the week this week. Just kind of manage the reps, and if it's definitely not a week to push yourself and get a couple extra. It's a week to kind of make sure that we got the muscle memory down at this point, so it's definitely an opportunity to save ourselves a little bit. But I think just primarily we're just focused on Sunday and just getting through the Cincinnati game. But yeah, I definitely think you can be smart with your preparation, with your recovery, and make sure that you're feeling as good as possible coming out of that Cincinnati game.
Yeah, and speaking of that Cincinnati game, obviously another chance for this team to get back on the right track. And AJ, it's been a frustrating 2 weeks for this team. There's no doubt about that. But hearing from Derek today, from hearing from Coach earlier this afternoon as well, I think the constant theme, and we heard it from Kenyon as well, is look, there's a lot of football left. We're barely past the halfway point. How much of a challenge is that, just as like a human being, to be like, hey, I know the past 2 weeks haven't gone the way we want, but we still have everything that we want in front of us. We still have a chance to put our best foot forward over the next 6, 7, 8 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of football left. There's a lot of teams in the playoff hunt, and that's our goal, to make the playoffs, get in there. So yeah, we got 8 more weeks left in the season, and it's definitely disappointing to come in and lose these last 2 games. But when you watch the film, it's never as good as you think it is after a win. It's never as bad as you think it is as a loss. And we're a good football team. We know we're a good football team. We love each other. We care about each other. We got great players. So there's not any kind of, nobody's moping around. Nobody's walking, looking at the floor and all disappointed. We're excited to get back out there and kind of show what we can do.
Yeah, and we're excited to see you guys out there on Sunday. We're excited that we were able to get you in the lab, the virtual lab, albeit for the time being for a few minutes. AJ Cole, a friend of the program, just one of the best dudes on this team. You know how much I enjoy talking to you. So thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and one of these days I'll see you again in person. How about that?
Sounds great. Thank you, ambassador of the brand.